no hate to this man, but he has jumped onto already existing franchises and pushed the lead out to then take over the franchise. And here's some examples for you. Journey to the Center of the Earth was Brendan Fraser.
It was.
And then he came on and replaced him for the second one for Mysterious Island.
Why?
Right? The first G.I. Joe movie had Channing Tatum.
Uh-huh.
The second movie, he's killed off and The Rock takes over.
Okay.
Right? You can't call Jumanji his own franchise because you have people like Jack Black, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, and Nick Jonas in that. And that cast is what makes those Jumanji movies so good. It's not The Rock on his own.
Yeah, it's really a
It's
Nick
the
Jonas
supporting cast
franchise.
with him.
Yeah.
I love Nick Jonas.
He's great.
But then look at The Rock with DC. He inserted himself in DC, tried to basically take it over by controlling it with Black Adam, and wanted Black Adam to fight Superman, who, by the way, have never fought in the comics, or at least maybe they fought like one time. But Black Adam's main rival is Shazam, and The Rock literally said, hang on, it gets worse. The Rock literally said to Zachary Levi and the rest of DC, I'm not going to be in a Shazam movie, and Shazam's not going to be in my movie. Those two characters are synonymous because they're enemies. They're the only, that's it. Like, The Rock not The Rock, Black Adam and Shazam, #1 enemies, right? And then look at the Fast and Furious franchise. He attached himself to it, did 3 movies, did a spin-off with Jason Statham. That spin-off is one of the lowest rated and worst performing in the entire franchise. And now, after a public feud with Vin Diesel, he's coming back to the Fast and Furious franchise. Because all of his other franchises have failed. Jungle Boat Cruise, Red Notice, G.I. Joe, Journey, Scorpion King, all of them. They have not gone anywhere. He's running out of, dude, it's been less than a decade since the perfect 12 out of 10 movie Moana's come out, and he's already planning a live action remake, starring in it.
So he kind of sucks.
Kinda.
Odie says The Rock sucks, and that's how we're starting the show.
No! That's fine.
Perfect. 20 minutes, and we got to The Rock sucks. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yes! Perfect! Every time. The Rock sucks.
No, we cannot.
I can't believe you said that. Oh, I'm so happy to hear you not endorse a DC character.
No. Hang on. Okay, well, I'm really excited for the Flash movie, so I think that
cool.
DC movie is going to be really good.
Explain your excitement. I'm going to pour more coffee. Go ahead, explain it.
Okay, well, I think it looks really good because you've got 2 Flashes. They're doing the Flashpoint storyline a little bit. You've got some legacy DC characters like Michael Keaton and some other ones coming back to kind of have little cameos. I'm a big fan of Andy Muschietti because he did It and It 2, which It was on my horror movie top 10 list. And as I mentioned, Andy Muschietti is supposed to be doing the Attack on Titan, a live action remake for Warner Brothers. I don't know. I just think that overall, the Flash movie, I don't know, it looks really good. It looks really fun. I like the inclusion of Supergirl. I like the return of Zod. It looks really well made. It looks really pretty. And yeah, I'm pretty excited.
That's awesome. I came right back and put my headphones in. As you said, you were pretty excited. Glad I missed it. Still haven't watched a DC film in 5 years.
No, this is going to be one that I watch. I want to see this because it has a lot of, I like this. I want to see it because it has a lot of people I like. I know there's a lot of controversy around them. But I like Ezra Miller as the Flash. I like that Michael Keaton's coming back. I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I like the girl that's playing Supergirl. I love the director. Michael Shannon back as Zod is a win in my opinion because he's great. So I don't know, it could be good. It could be bad, but it could be good.
I love Michael Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really, really, really love when Gal Gadot's playing a character that's not Wonder Woman because I feel like...
Yeah. Well, she came back in Fast and Furious.
Which is great. I love Gal Gadot. She's great. I love Jason Momoa. I love Michael Keaton.
Oh, my God.
I love Henry
Jason
Cavill,
Momoa.
but he's not Superman anymore. But, DC is just like, I don't, man, they fail me so often. As someone who wants to, and this is not from like the perspective, like I'm not taking even like a gatekeeping perspective. I'm not taking like the perspective of just like a hater. Like I genuinely want to be interested in the things they're making. I want to, but then I
because DC has
see
good
it,
characters,
and I can tell before I even watch the film that it's gonna let me down. And the one film that I really gave a shot to was Wonder Woman. I was like, okay.
Oh,
They're gonna do it. I was like, man, Patty Jenkins, she's gonna knock it out of the park. It's gonna be great. They're gonna show all the women from what's Diana's Island? What's
Themyscira.
Themyscira. I was really excited for all of that. I was like, man. And then I watched it, and it did not deliver on anything it promised, and had a slightly racist Native American character. And was just like...
And did you watch the second?
Really? Yeah,
Wonder Woman?
the second one's worse.
Oh.
It's worse.
It's way worse.
It's worse. How is it worse with Pedro Pascal?
He's great.
How is it worse, though? With Pedro
Because it's a
Pascal?
terrible plot. It's a terrible plot. The only DC property that I would recommend... There's two DC properties I would recommend.
Go.
The Suicide Squad, the new one that James Gunn did, because I think it's honestly really good with John Cena, Idris Elba.
I'm with
the
you.
Whole 9 yards.
Okay, and
Peacemaker.
which is related. It's a spin-off of the Suicide Squad.
I know the two things that James Gunn has done is the two.
Yes, James Gunn does a great job.
Yeah, still haven't seen Guardians 3 and probably won't, but I've heard nothing but good things.
It's, you know what? Honestly, I watched it. I'm not gonna like go out of my way to buy it or watch it again, but it was great. I got everything I wanted out of a movie-going experience. That's all I need, man. Like, people are talking about trying to keep, like, film alive, right? And the theaters alive. Like, people. Like, many people that I know. I'm not saying, like, people like everybody in general, but, like, many people who I interact with on a weekly basis. Like,
name them.
One of the things that we talk about are keeping film alive. Well, one of them's Odie Matthews. I'll tell you that right now.
Shit.
But, like... But that's how you keep the theater alive, is just create things that people want to see in theater, are happy to have seen in the theater, and then leave, right?
Stop making bad movies.
Yeah, that's
Hot
it.
take.
I'd rather go see a movie in a theater than watch it at home at this point.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I like the ritual of it. I like being out in the world. I like seeing things on a bigger screen. So, like, you know, I'm going to go see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. When that comes out.
Definitely.
It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna see that. I'll see Indiana Jones because just gotta. I love that franchise. I really do. The first three.
I'm gonna side with Nick Meso here and say that I'm skipping Indiana Jones and that it's gonna be a hot steaming pile of garbage.
If I tell you it's good, will you watch it?
Nope. And I'll tell you why. Okay. Because Indiana Jones didn't even sweep me up as like a kid when I watched it. Yeah, no.
Oh my God, it did for me. Him and Han Solo. I was a big Harrison Ford fan as a kid. Air Force One, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Firewall, The Fugitive. I was a big Harrison Ford. I'm still a big Harrison Ford fan.
Not for me, man.
That's
Indiana
fair.
Jones did not get me. Like he had like he was like such a like stone cold type hero character. You know, it's like, I'm quiet and slightly disturbed and really dedicated to my mission, even though there's a woman here who I'm eventually gonna kiss. Like,
okay, I have a question for you.
That was never my guy.
This is a long shot, and I don't know what you wanted to do.
Hit me.
But would you like to go through the rest of the movies coming out this year and say whether or not, like the big blockbusters, whether or not you'd see them in theaters or not? There's a lot coming out this year. There's a lot of good movies.
Tell me how many have The Rock in them.
Okay.
No, not right now. I was like, I was just, okay, he's doing it, folks. Odie's doing it. He's looking up how many films have The Rock. Just one.
Oh, so you just used he twice.
Which one is it?
It's called Red One. Oh my God, I forgot about this movie coming out.
Red One?
Yeah, it's The Rock, Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu, Nick Kroll, and a couple other big names about a bunch of different Santa Clauses.
Wait, Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Do you
All
want
right.
to hear?
Let's.
Anyways, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go through. I totally wanted to talk about Lord of the Rings. I came prepared to talk about Lord of the Rings today, but
I did not.
I did. So how about this? Let's postpone Lord of the Rings talk for next week.
Yay!
And let's just get into like movies and film and TV, like prestige TV coming out this year that we're going to be watching. And I'll start
let's do movies
with
first.
the one that I'm finishing probably this week.
I got it in chronological.
Okay.
I got chronological order when you're done.
All right. First off, I am probably going to finish watching Succession this week.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And that is
I'm very curious.
That only has been amazing and is in my top 10 favorite shows of all time already. Episode 3 of season 4, no spoilers, but it like the way that a huge turn of events for the entire show played out across that episode was so effing perfect. I cannot begin to iterate how real it felt while also translating how surreal an event like that can feel. And I highly recommend everybody watch Succession. It is so good.
It's on my list, and I will eventually get there. I just
Dude.
gotta get, what is it? It's not HBO Max anymore. It's Max
Just
now?
Max now. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
Because everything eventually is just going to be Amazon Max or whatever. Who knows? Like,
Yeah, Disney's just gonna be just plus.
It's just gonna be
Hulu's
like,
gonna
it's
be just
gonna
the H.
It's just gonna be like at like Disney, Apple, Amazon Max Plus. Like that's all it's gonna be. Like in the future,
Disney
just
Apple.
everything. Like, are you going
Disney
to
Apple
the,
Prime.
Yeah, are you going to the Disney Apple Prime store today? Like.
Oh yeah, I got that 2-second shipping. It just came through crashing through my window.
Yeah, right. Oh my fucking god.
They launched it in
They
a
just
catapult.
have cannons. Amazon's just gonna have cannons.
Shooting Amazon packages at you.
Yeah, just cannons and drones. And then they're gonna buy out Google and all of the government subcontracts and spy on us with the drones that are delivering our packages that we've already agreed to let deliver our packages and spy on us, because who wants to read all that dumb stuff that says like,
Not
hey,
me.
do you agree to these terms? Not me. I just agree to the
Of course
terms.
I agree. Yeah, of course I
I just agree
agree.
to the terms. I'm
me
totally
my
being
shit.
spied on. I know it. I'm glad the government knows all
Love
my
it.
stupid shit. Like, I'm glad
Yeah,
the
like, what are they
government
gonna
knows that
do?
I'm hosting a podcast with Odie Matthews
Yeah.
and that we're absolute menaces to society.
Are they gonna steal my keyboard that's coming in today from Amazon? Cool.
Absolutely.
Take it.
They're going to stop you because you said you liked the movie Firewall and you're a hacker now.
Oh, it's a good movie.
It is a good movie. All right.
Is it a good movie? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I remember
Let's-
it's all right.
Here,
All right.
You
Okay,
don't
so
even
first
have to
off-
list every movie that's coming out this year.
No, we're
You
gonna do the
just
big ones,
list
the big
ones
ones.
that seem good. Yeah.
The ones that I feel like you or myself or somebody else would actually want to watch.
Okay.
Because so the first weekend is June 2nd, right? And just to kind of give you an idea of why I wouldn't do that. There are a total of 6 movies releasing on June 2nd.
Yeah.
I have only heard of 2 of them.
I'm not even going to look at a
Spider-Man?
list so that I can't derail
I got
us.
the
But
list.
just announce the ones that Kevin or Odie would see, and then we'll go over like how excited. We'll give them
Yeah.
a scale. Wait, what's the scale? Can we have a scale? Can it be like can our scale be who's a bad director? Give me a bad director's name.
Brett Ratner.
Okay, so our scale is Ratner to Scorsese.
Oh wait, even worse. Oh wait, hang on, let me get his name.
Who's the guy who did The Room?
This is
What's his name?
that's
Wiseau, right?
Wiseau.
Tom Wiseau? Tom Wiseau?
Wiseau.
Wiseau. All right, so Wiseau to Scorsese. That's our scale.
I was just doing a lot of. Okay, anyways, I was about to derail with another story about Scorsese. Another story about Scorsese? I've never told a story about Scorsese. Another story.
right.
Okay, so June 2nd, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and then just because I want to throw this out there, The Boogeyman, which is a Stephen King adaptation,
I just
also comes
saw.
out.
I was watching some shit this morning and I saw an advertisement for that on my TV. All right.
Honestly, The Boogeyman, I think I'm gonna go see that. I'm gonna see Spider-Man. We're definitely gonna see Spider-Man because I like the first one a lot.
I'm
But I honestly
100%
think
seeing Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Caden's favorite Spider-Man, so We're in.
I love this Across the Spider-Verse and all the voice cameos that they've got for this one,
Oh my
like
God.
Andy Samberg and oh man, I'm excited.
That's gonna be so good.
Yeah, that's a Scorsese. I think the first one is probably the best Spider-Man movie in my opinion.
That is 100% a Scorsese must see.
And then Boogeyman, I mean, that looks like it could go either way.
I'm gonna go
Who's
see
the
it. I'm
director?
not gonna lie. Us talking about horror the past 2 weeks has gotten me on a horror kick. And like I told you, I made Chloe and Mason watch the first horror movie that actually scared them this week.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't like
crazy.
sit them down and force them to watch it. I was just like,
strap them down to open their eyes.
well, you mentioned Evil Dead Rise, and I realized I
Yes.
hadn't seen it, and like I also hadn't seen Evil Dead in like 10 years because I saw it when it came out, right? So it wasn't fresh in my head. I was kind of like, okay, I have the plot of the original. I know the original trilogy. I love Army of Darkness. And then like
Yes.
I sat them down. I was like, hey, we're gonna watch Evil Dead, and Chloe straight up got up and was like, y'all can finish this, but this is not for me. Like when
the new one's super graphic.
when yeah, I'm no
The
spoilers,
scalping. It's in the trailer.
but no spoilers. But when
Okay.
when Chloe got up and like left, Mason was like, all right, we can finish it. And then Mason was like, can you tuck me in? And I was like, oh,
That movie would
I
scare the
scared you
pants out of
guys.
me.
I scared
Yeah. That would have if I was like 10.
Dude,
Jesus.
well, I mean, dude, the last 10 minutes alone are like brutal. It's awesome. What a great, honestly, that movie, like really, really good. Honorable mention.
If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it and we can
talk
spoil
about
it
it later.
or
Yeah.
off air or something.
We'll
Okay.
talk about it.
June 9th
Okay.
to the following weekend. I'm just going to go weekend by weekend and just do the biggest releases for that weekend
Okay.
if there's anything.
Hit me.
June 9th is Transformers
Nope.
Rise of the Beast.
Nope.
Um,
Big nope.
yeah, I got to be honest. Yeah. I saw all the Michael Bay ones. So the reason why, before you give me that judgmental look, not the first one, but I liked Transformers as a kid. I liked the Transformers movie. I watched reruns of the Transformers animated show, even though it was like way before my time in the 80s. I just liked it because, you know, it was a cartoon, it was vehicles, it was whatever. Now, the second Transformers movie, Revenge of the Fallen, a group of us at my high school, we made homemade cardboard costumes of all the Transformers, and we dressed up, and then we rented a motorhome from not rented, we borrowed a friend's motorhome, or his parents' motorhome, got a giant banner that said Cybertron, and rolled up to the premiere of Transformers 2, getting out of a motorhome that said Cybertron, dressed in homemade Transformers costumes.
Yeah.
People took photos with us. We got free tickets to the movie theater. And not to mention, we did it again for the third one. Same thing.
Yep.
Dressed up, got free tickets. Kids took photos with us.
Love it.
It was super cool. And because of that, I felt like I needed to go see number 4 and number 5 in theaters for my buddies that we dressed up together.
Yep.
And god damn, I regret it. Jesus Christ, those movies are so bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah, I don't think I'll see that. I'll probably see that. That's a movie. I've been on this kick, and I'm going to talk about it in like the what we've been watching
Okay.
section. I've been watching a lot of dad movies this week while smoking weed, and I feel like this is a movie that I would watch like in that tradition of like getting high and just like enjoying it for what it is.
I'm interested to hear later on if you mean movies that dads would watch or movies that are about dads. All right, go.
You'll have to find out.
Keep going. We're okay. So we're both skipping Transformers in theaters.
Yes.
I have
Now,
no
one
faith
movie
in that
I'm-
franchise. The last thing I
God, no.
liked from Transformers was when I was a kid and Beast Wars was on. That was like the only thing I ever
Hey,
liked.
this is Rise of the Beasts.
Nope. I hold on. I did not see a foul-mouthed rat trap with double Uzis transforming in the trailer, so I'm out. You've already
Pete Davidson.
You've already alienated me because there's no rat trap, and rat trap was the best one on Beast
How do you know
Wars.
he's not in it?
Huh?
He might be. He
Whatever.
might be in it. Anyways, so June 13th. Wait, June 9th. Oh, nothing comes out on my birthday. Bummer. June 13th is a movie that I think it might be in my top 3 of most anticipated. It is Wes Anderson's new movie, Asteroid City. And can I just take a second to read you the cast list
Yep.
for this movie? Because I'm a big Wes Anderson fan.
Oh yeah.
Jason Schwartzman, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, Jeffrey Wright, Tilda Swinton, Bryan Cranston, Edward Norton, Adrian Brody, Liev Schreiber, Steve Park, Rupert Friend, Steve Carell, Matt Dillon, Willem Dafoe, Margot Robbie, Flash Thompson from the new Spider-Man movies, Jeff Goldblum, and that's it. I kind of forgot to stop because there's so many people in this movie.
It's so good.
And young Beverly March, and also the shape changer in Dungeons and Dragons, Sophia Lillis. She's
Dude.
in it. I love Wes Anderson. I love the concept of this movie. I love the cast of this movie.
Yep.
And did I mention that I love Wes Anderson?
I also love a good Wes Anderson film. I will see this in theaters. And
Yes.
whether or not I see it again, like, who cares? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun and
His
fun.
movies are like a one-time watch
They're
for
great.
me. A lot of them are you watch them once, you really get that feel, and then years later you might revisit them.
That's all you need.
So then June 16th is The Flash, which I'm going to see. I'm excited. You don't have to, but I'll tell you all about it.
That's fine. I will skip
and
because
then there's
I am not into DC.
What is this? Elemental?
Oh.
A Disney Pixar movie?
I will be seeing that.
I don't know. If you say it's good, or if it's worth watching, because I have the AMC.
It's going to be another Pixar movie. It's going to be,
Yeah.
my parents told me that I'm not supposed to do this thing because it's against, like, whatever rules. And here I am doing it, and it's going to turn into an adventure where we all learn something about ourselves. That's every Pixar movie. That's every single Pixar movie. We've done it, right? Pixar movies are like, the world doesn't want me to do this thing, but I got to do it because of who I am, and I'm an individual. And it's fine that that's the message in every Pixar movie. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I'll go see it, and it'll be entertaining and visually stunning, and I'll call it a fucking day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I like Pixar movies.
Yep.
So maybe. Because I have and I highly recommend this if you're a movie fan like I am. For $23 a month, I can see 3 movies a week at AMC. It's like the AMC StubHub Pass thing. So I go see a movie every week because it's fun. And like I'll go see bad movies on purpose.
Yeah.
You know? Like, why not? If I can, I might as well. So anyways, now we're gonna skip all the way down to June 30th, because I don't recognize any of the other movies in between. To your most anticipated movie of the year, Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny.
Nope.
Yeah, you're super excited. Not going to kill your fun on that. I can't wait for you to watch it and tell me all about
I'm so
it.
excited that I haven't watched any of the Indiana Jones films leading up to it.
I can't wait to watch this movie.
Again, because
I also just love the director. James Mangold did Ford versus Ferrari and Logan.
Okay.
I think he's a great director.
Okay.
I love Ford versus Ferrari.
Okay, that's fine. But
Okay. Shut up.
did you ever see that episode of South Park where George Lucas and Steven Spielberg are like humping Indiana Jones and like ruining him in front of the kids?
I've seen the clip. Yeah.
That's pretty much how I feel about like Indiana Jones films at this point.
I'll let you know if it's any good.
Okay.
July 7th, keeping on with our horror trend, Insidious: The Red Door, which I think is like Insidious 5.
I will not watch that in theaters.
I've
wait
only
for that
seen
to
the
come
first
out.
one. Have you seen any of the others? I've only seen the first.
No. Like I've turned them on. Here's the like we have the ability to turn things on while we're doing other things. So like I'll sometimes turn on like a movie that I know I don't really care to pay attention to in the background.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
all the
basically a
time.
podcast. It's like music, you know, like it's just on. And then every once in a while I'll like lean over and be like, huh, okay, that's interesting. You know, like I did that with Insidious too. Like I was just like, okay, it's just on. You know, Chloe's watched all of them. So maybe she'll want to see it. We have a drive-in theater, so I'll end up seeing a lot of movies this year just at the drive-ins because
That's cool.
why not go to that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I love drive-ins.
Yeah, catch two
You know what the
movies.
thing that's interesting about Insidious?
What?
Is Patrick Wilson, who stars in the Insidious franchise and then also The Conjuring, or the ones where
I like Patrick
the real-life
Wilson.
Annabelle people. He's directing this one.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm always skeptical when an actor goes from acting to directing. But
Michael C. Hall.
It-
All right.
yeah, it feels like he really loves the Insidious franchise. So I mean, I won't see this because I don't know anything about the franchise, but that's cool. Okay, July 12th. Now this movie for me is probably in my top 3 of most anticipated as well. This
Okay.
might be number 1 or number 2. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
I will be seeing that. Yes.
Thank you. I love the Mission Impossible franchise. I got goose hooked on it. So I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, but if it's a Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise or a Top Gun movie with Tom Cruise, I'll be the first fucking one in line at that theater because those 2 roles for me.
I'm not gonna lie, Mission Impossible is like the one action movie franchise that can and will put me to sleep sometimes.
Really?
Yeah,
I love it.
100%. But like, I'll go see it in theaters, and who knows? Maybe I'll fall asleep. I fell asleep during Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
Okay, but that's kind of fair. That is the most boring one.
It's so long. And then
It's very
but I
filler.
also fell asleep during Mission Impossible 3.
That's the first Mission Impossible movie I saw in theaters
Oh,
in 2007.
really? I
Yeah.
saw the first. I've seen every single one in theaters, and I've enjoyed all.
I
of
didn't
them.
even know about the franchise.
Actually, was it Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol that had Henry Cavill
That's
in
number
it?
4. No, that's
Rogue.
Rogue Nation.
Rogue
is
Nation.
Henry
Yeah,
Cavill.
yeah, yeah. That
where
was
he's the bad guy.
probably my favorite one.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
probably the best one. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of the Mission Impossible franchise.
Yeah.
That franchise to me is what the Fast and Furious franchise is to people that actually like the Fast and Furious franchise. Like the people that will actually defend it and be like, but yeah, it's good. That's how I am with Mission Impossible because I think it's actually good.
That's how I'm probably gonna end up being with like Dune.
Oh,
All right,
I
keep
love
going.
Dune. Anyways, okay. July 21st, 2 big movies, and I want to see both. The first one is Oppenheimer,
Yep.
but it's a 3-hour-long movie.
Don't care.
And
I'm in.
So, yeah, I'm going to just see it because I am so can I tell you a controversial opinion
No,
when it comes to Christopher Nolan?
absolutely not. How dare you?
Okay, so the next movie that comes out on July 21st.
No, tell me the opinion.
Hey, I was just gonna keep on rolling. So I'm pretty outspoken that I think that his Batman movies are just fine, but that's not my controversial opinion.
Yeah,
my
that's fine.
controversial opinion is that I think personally his best movie and my favorite movie is Tenet.
Really?
Tenet. Yes,
Really?
yes.
That
I
is-
don't like Interstellar,
that
and
is
I
an-
think Inception is fine.
That is an interesting opinion.
It definitely is. A lot of people think that's his worst, but I think it's his most creative, and I think it's his best, and I love it.
I also don't like Interstellar.
Oh, I'm not alone. Thought I was alone on that one. I like the cast of Tenet. I also am a big Edward from Twilight. I like I just forgot his name. Robert Pattinson. I like Robert Pattinson. I've seen him in other things outside of Twilight. I think he's good.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up?
No. I like Robert Pattinson. I'm sorry. What was
Oppenheimer looks good. Another
Yeah.
star-studded cast. I will see it because, of course, I will. The true story of Oppenheimer is super, super sad. And maybe we can talk about it on the pod if they don't get into it in the movie, because his life ends very tragically.
Well, yeah, true. Sorry.
Yeah. And then
I just
Yes?
I'm sorry. I just got a text from someone that I normally don't get texts from asking me if I was on Twitter, and I was like, I'm not, but I could be. Why? And he was like, oh, my cube is up for a spot at CubeCon, which is a Magic the Gathering thing. And he's like, and we need to beat out this other cube for votes so that we can like be featured. And I was like, oh, okay.
Send me the link. Send me the link. I'll vote.
Okay, cool. Hold on.
I also texted you something by accident. I was keeping notes and I didn't know where to put them on my phone because I'm not at my desk. So I just texted you 32 minutes cannons.
Cannons. All right, sweet. Oppenheimer,
then-
I'm in.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Yeah, 100%. And then the second movie, which I'm also in for, comes out the same weekend, Barbie. Apparently, it's phenomenal. And I'm not the biggest Margot Robbie fan, but I do love Ryan Gosling. And it's also got like John Cena and Will Ferrell and Michael Cera.
Okay.
Kate McKinnon's in it. Oh my God, there's some really cool people in here.
Yeah, I'm into that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I will see it for what it is. And Greta Gerwig, the director, wrote the movie Lady Bird, and
Yep.
I think that movie is pretty good. All
I
right.
like Lady Bird.
It's pretty good. I mean, like it's not perfect, but it's not bad. Okay. This movie you might want to take the kids to, but July 28th, the remake of Haunted Mansion with Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Jamie Lee Curtis, Winona Ryder, Rosario Dawson, Lakeith Stanfield, who I fucking love.
Wait,
Tiffany
what's the title of
Haddish,
this? It
Dan
sounds
Leva.
familiar.
Oh my God, there's so many people in this movie.
What's the
It's the new
title?
Haunted Mansion movie.
The Disney one.
Yeah, the remake of the Eddie Murphy one from early 2000s.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Look up the trailer. It looks pretty good. I'm actually excited.
I'm into that. That
But
sounds cool.
I'm more excited for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem because they actually cast teenagers to voice them.
Is that the one where Donatello kind of sounds like a girl?
Yeah, it's written by Seth Rogen. It's
Yep.
got John Cena, Paul Rudd,
Yep.
Seth Rogen, Jackie Chan.
I'm
I'm stoked.
Wait, is Seth
But-
Rogen Michelangelo?
No, Seth Rogen. No, all the turtles are kids that are under the age of 16. They're
Oh.
actual fucking teenagers.
Oh, cool.
Seth Rogen is Bebop and John Cena is Rocksteady.
Oh my God! Of course he's Bebop.
Of course he
I
is.
love that. Okay, I'm in.
Okay. This next movie comes out. Okay, that's August 2nd. August 4th. Listen, this is one of the movies I watched this week. And you'll see a trend in the movies I watched this week with a certain actor. Now, look,
If it's
this movie
fucking Mark Wahlberg, I swear to God.
No. It's Jason Statham. I'll just say
Okay.
that right now. It's Jason Statham. I love Jason Statham. He's an actor that I'll watch all of his movies.
That's what
He
you
plays
mean
the
by
same
dad
character.
movies. You mean like Jason
Yes.
Statham,
Ben Affleck. Some
Liam
Jerry B.
Neeson.
Yeah, they're all in there. They're all in there this week.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
watched, specifically last night actually, The Meg. And on August 4th, The Meg 2, The Trench. And I cannot wait because I think The Meg is such a dumb but awesome shark movie.
I
cannot wait for the
wait
sequel.
for you to tell me how amazing it is.
I can't wait to tell you about it. So that's August 4th. Let's scroll down some more. August 11th, there's a Gran Turismo movie with David Harbour
Yes. Okay. Do you want to see that?
and Orlando Bloom.
Do you want to see that?
Okay, what is
Yes.
this?
Okay, here's what's going on. They hire a bunch of kids who are good at the Gran Turismo game to audition to actually be in an F1 race. But
That's a true story, isn't it?
it is. But and so like only one kid makes it because then all of a sudden they have to do actual F1 racer training, which is some of the hardest training in the world, and
Yeah.
only one of them makes it. And then because he makes it, they're like, "You don't even know what you've gotten into. Like this is a whole new world for you. Good fucking luck, kid." And so like
Okay.
I'm really, really into the idea of this movie and how well it can be shot and how awesome cool things could how cool certain things could be in it. So I'm actually going in with a certain level of excitement for just the action aspect of it.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's directed by Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it.
Yeah, I'm in.
District 9, Elysium, Chappie. Oh, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, dude.
I'm so disappointed. There was 2 movies he was supposed to do. He was supposed to do the original sequel to Aliens, so like a legacy requel where it would take out all the other Alien movies, bring back all the original cast.
Ugh, that would have been so
everything.
good.
That got scrapped because who's the guy that's in charge of the Alien franchise? The really, really old guy.
I don't know.
Also did Blade Runner, the director. What's his name?
Sir Martin von Chapp'dpantz. I don't know.
You know who
What?
I'm talking
What do you
about.
want?
Anyways, he wanted to do those
I
little
am
like
Sir
Alien
Martin von
prequels.
Chapp'dpantz, and you shall not make this alien movie.
Yeah, that's the director.
Yep.
In space, no one can. But he wanted to do the
In
Alien
space,
prequels.
no one can hear you not do this movie.
That's Jason X. Call back. But no, he wanted to do the Alien like.
I'm going to
Covenant
continue
and the-
interrupting Odie to tell him he's not allowed
I can
to
tell.
do this alien
I,
movie.
I cannot think. You keep breaking my train of thought. The original director of the Alien movies wanted to do the Alien prequels, which was like Alien Covenant and shit. And then Neil Blomkamp was going to do a RoboCop requel where it was going to take place after the first RoboCop, and then they canceled that too to make a RoboCop show that got canceled. Thank you for letting me finally finish that 10 years later. August 18th. There's a
Shall
movie
not
called
be an
Strays.
alien movie. What?
There's a movie called Strays coming out, and I saw a
Is it
trailer
about
for this
cats?
when I saw Fast X. It's about real life dogs where they animate the mouths, and it's got like Jamie Foxx and Will Ferrell and stuff. It looks really bad. I don't want to watch
I
it. It
might
looks like
be
a YSO
dragged
movie.
to go see this movie.
It's rated R.
I might be dragged to go see this movie. We'll see.
By
Anyway,
who?
keep going. Wait, so it's hold on. So it's like updated Homeward Bound, but for the adult audience that originally loved Homeward Bound? Probably? Like if we're thinking in like a studio's marketing like mindset, they're like, oh, people loved Homeward Bound when they were kids, so let's do a rated R movie about some stray animals.
Here's the plot. And I saw, like I said, I saw the trailer. An abandoned dog teams up with other strays to get revenge on his former owner.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it looks dark and stupid
skip.
and not my kind of movie.
Yeah, skip.
Yeah.
Big skip.
September 1st, Equalizer 3. Didn't know there was a second.
There was. He's back again with his watch and a hammer and whatever else is around to just hit. You're talking about dad movies, man. You didn't know there was an Equalizer 2?
No, because the first one
Equalizer's such
was
a
so
dad
long ago.
movie.
It is a dad movie. Maybe I'll watch Equalizer 2 this week.
Oh, you should. Denzel.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
I'm in.
Oh, I gotta sneeze.
Here's I actually didn't think I would like My Big Fat Greek Wedding when I was younger, so I avoided watching it in high school. I watched it
Is it any
as
good?
an adult. It is hilarious and very real and identifiable and funny. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, also hilarious. So, yeah, I'm in.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Maybe
Yep.
I'll watch those before the third
It's
one
like
comes out.
circumstantial family comedy with a Greek twist. That's it. I mean, it's like it's freaking Big Mama's House, but Greek. It's,
okay.
What's the stupid one, like with Steve Martin, Fatherhood, or Father of the Bride, but Greek,
Oh, yeah, Father of the Bride,
That's all
yeah.
it is. But like, there's a Greek twist to
Okay.
it. It's fun. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all the way up into September 22nd now, so
Okay.
jumping almost an entire month.
Yep.
Okay. Now, this movie I knew was coming out,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to spoil something about it because they spoiled it themselves.
Do I have to
Expendables
Do I have to
4
put an actual spoiler thing in here? Or
No.
is it- okay.
No. They literally
Wait,
they
so
spoiled
it's not
this with
actually spoiled, but it's spoiled.
Stallone spoiled this himself.
Okay.
So Expendables 4, right now, I don't know about you, but when the first one came out, I was like, yes, I love this. It's old action 80 stars.
Yep.
A couple cameos. They're just doing action. Pretty cool.
I definitely watched the first one. I don't remember it,
Yes.
but I watched it.
Second one came out, and I was like, okay, we're getting a little further away from the original point, but you know what? Not bad. Not my favorite.
Doesn't someone catch a rocket-propelled grenade in one of those? An RPG? Doesn't someone catch an RPG?
No, that's The Rock and Black Adam.
Thank you. I'm thinking of something. Anyway. All right, so yeah. So Expendables 2.
Anyways, yeah, Expendables 2 was not the best, and then Expendables 3 was terrible because they knocked it from an R rating down to PG-13.
Okay.
They brought in like Ronda Rousey and a bunch of other MMA fighters to star in it, and it just wasn't good. Mel Gibson was the villain. The main cast was put to the side. It was just weird. So when they announced Expendables 4, I was really surprised. But what's even more surprising is that 2 or 3 weeks into filming, Stallone posted on Instagram, well, I'm officially done with the Barney Ross character. Thanks for everything. He's going to die in the first, 20 minutes of this movie. There's no way that 3 weeks into a 4-month shoot, he's done all of his scenes for an entire movie.
Oh, my God.
Why would you do that?
I love that.
I can't wait. I'm going to watch it.
I'm not. Keep going.
I am for fun. Okay, September 29th. Now, I like this director, and I like the actors. Have you heard of this movie called The Creator?
Yes, and hold on. Before you even say anything else about it, I haven't seen a full trailer. I just saw, the guy talking with his son, and he's like, heaven's a place that you go in the sky or whatever, and he's like, are you going? And he's like, no, because you have to be a good person. I was like, all right, cool. This seems sci-fi and vaguely ominous. I'm kind of in.
Do you know what it's about?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the plot.
Oh, wait.
And there's a full trailer.
Robots take over Earth, and then humans are slaves to robots, but there's going to be a revolution?
You're very close. It's post-apocalyptic, the fallout of a war between humans and AI.
Cool.
No overlords, but the director is Gareth Edwards, and he did the first Godzilla movie.
Okay.
He did the movie Monsters,
Okay.
and he did what I think is one of the best Star Wars movies, Rogue One.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm in.
All right.
And then
It seems
that
cool.
same.
I might not see that in theaters. Like I'm gonna see like what the next, because we'll probably get like 2 more trailers leading up to it. So I'll watch those, and then if I'm liking the vibe, I'll go see it.
So what I also like about that is, as somebody who loves film and wants to get into filmmaking with my video work.
Yeah.
That entire movie, well, some of the, I don't know if it was an entire movie, but I know part of that movie was actually shot on a Sony FX3, which is you could go to Best Buy or like B&H Photo, and this camera with like a lens is maybe like $4,000. This is a pocket cinema camera essentially.
That's awesome.
So that just like, I like that Gareth Edwards, I don't know if he did it for sure, and I'm going to look into it more, and maybe when the movie comes out, I'll be able to talk about it. But I'm wondering if maybe part of him did that because the way he got his start in filmmaking, I do know, was picking up like cinema cameras you could buy at the store and making like short films.
Yep.
I'm wondering if maybe part of the reason he filmed this movie was to be like, hey, here is something that's affordable and doable, So I don't know. I like that kind of shit when it comes to filmmaking because, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway.
October 6th. Kraven the Hunter, starring Aaron Taylor Johnson from Bullet Train and Kick-Ass.
Yep.
Rated R.
Yep.
And I will say this about it. I'm excited to see this movie because the trailer that they showed was rated R.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in that movie where Aaron Taylor Johnson bites a man's nose off and then spits it at his face. And that was enough for me to be like, yep, I'm going to watch this.
Okay. I need to watch a trailer that features some of what they think is the best dialogue in the film before I make my decision. Because if I hear bad dialogue, I will probably skip
point.
It.
Yeah.
Because
it'd be Morbius all over again.
It's Morbin time, baby.
It's Morbin time.
Honestly, dude, if there's bad dialogue, I will skip it and I will watch it at home and I will laugh at the dialogue and then probably appreciate like what's good about it. But this is part of the what we were talking about. Just make good movies. There's a writer's strike right now. Pay writers correctly because they write good dialogue, and people like Odie and Kevin and my buddy Micah and other good friends of mine, we don't go to the film. Like, we don't go see film in theaters if there's bad dialogue. Unless we have the AMC pass thing. Anyway, keep going.
Then you might as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Kraven. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. It looks good. Bullet Train was a very fun movie last year for me.
Bullet Train's good.
It is good.
Yep.
The next movie that comes out that same weekend is, speaking of our man Martin Scorsese, his movie Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yep.
Now listen, I'm not going to see this in theaters.
I am. I'm in.
And here's why. I'm sure this movie is a masterpiece. I know it's going to be good. It's going to be a 12 out of 10. It's Scorsese teaming up with DiCaprio, De Niro, Jesse Plemons. It's got John Lithgow. It's got Brendan Fraser. It looks phenomenal. But here's the thing. I know Scorsese, and looking at the runtime at over 3.5 hours, this is going to be a very slow burn movie, and that is not something that I like to watch in theaters.
Dude.
I don't like slow burn long movies in theaters.
Dude. I'm in.
I'm glad you're in, because I'm going to watch it, but I need to be able to pause. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom during a 3.5 hour movie. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to pause it, get 3.5 hours. Dude, that is almost half of a work day. That is a long time.
Yeah.
That is a long time. And I'm glad. Like, I love long movies. I love long movies.
One of my favorite movies as a kid was Braveheart. So, yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, still want to see it, just might not see it in theaters. Unless you tell me, dude, you got to see this in theaters, then I'll go see it in theaters.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, there's so many shots that Martin Scorsese has that, like, yeah, they're really great, but, like, they're great even if you're watching them at home.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He doesn't
about
make
him.
a
And I
good
love
case for
Scorsese.
himself when he's talking about saving
You know,
cinema.
okay. Wait, I can tell my Scorsese fact
What?
thing now
Hit me.
because it's relevant.
Okay.
It's very brief. It's a quick little thing. So he was interviewed about this movie and was talking about it, and he said that you know, he's 83, I think. And he was like, he basically said that like I just figured out like the art of movie making.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
you
nuts.
know. And the movie that
I wonder how much
What?
of that is a little bit exaggeration and how much of that is like
little
dead
bit.
honesty, you know? Like
I don't know. He seems like a pretty straight shooter. Like, I feel like he wouldn't just say that to say this is the same man that did not care and still does not care to be like Marvel movies are stupid.
yeah.
But I also like the movie that I really wanted him to make, and I hope he still does. Do you know who H.H. Holmes is? The murder hotel.
Oh
in Chicago. I think it was
yeah,
Chicago.
Devil in the White City.
Yeah, they were supposed to make a live action movie with Scorsese directing and writing with Leonardo DiCaprio starring.
That would've been
and
great.
I wanted to see that. Oh my god. Okay. October 13th is the requel, remake, Halloween style The Exorcist from the same director as the new Halloween trilogy. So
I
taking
will
place
be
after the
seeing
first
that
original
because
Exorcist.
Yeah, we're in the thick of spooky season when that comes out. So yeah, I'm in.
So they got the original Ellen Burstyn,
Uh-huh.
who played Chris
Yeah.
McNeil in the original. Now, I haven't seen the original Exorcist, so maybe that's something I should do.
Yeah, you should.
But yeah, that's
100%.
all I've got to say about that.
Okay.
October 27th, 2 horror movies. One I will see, one I will not. The first one being Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm going to see that. I love
We're
Josh
both seeing
Hutcherson. It's got Matthew Lillard. Absolutely. And then the other one is Saw X. And look,
Pass.
no. Just, I don't care enough, and I don't want to.
Is it actually the 10th one?
No, because there's that Jigsaw movie that's a prequel, and then there's that movie with Chris Rock that's set kind of in the same universe.
Yeah, Spiral.
Spiral.
So it
Yeah.
goes up to Saw 6, and then Jigsaw,
I think this
then
is the
Spiral.
13th one.
So this would be 8.
I think this is the 13th.
No, this would be
Because there's
8.
also, no, there's also, well, I meant like 13th in total, like total movies.
For Saw?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Here, let's look at, hang on, we're going on this tangent.
No
How many Saw
way.
movies? I'm looking it up. Alrighty, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
We got Saw, Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, Saw 5, Saw 6, Saw 3D, Jigsaw, Spiral, Saw X.
Wow.
Oh, Saw 3D is also the final chapter. So maybe it is the 10th one in... Anyways, I don't care. I still
Holy
don't
crap.
care. I haven't
it
seen
really
half
is
of those.
the final. Wow. So there are 10 Saw movies now. Just as many as Fast and the Furious. Wow.
Wow. No, there's 11 Fast and Furious movies because Hobbs and Shaw technically isn't part of the Fast X, like
Oh,
the 10
whatever.
main line. Fast and Furious wins.
Oh, whatever.
Okay. Nothing good comes out on Halloween, which is super upsetting.
Yeah, that's weird.
Uh,
Oh, well.
Then November 3rd, which this, I don't know if this is one of my most anticipated movies. I think it might be Dune Part 2.
Oh, yeah, no. 100%.
Cannot.
That's going to be movie of the
Cannot
year
wait.
for me. I'm sure. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm in.
That's the movie I think I might be most excited for.
Yep.
I think it might be Dune Part 2,
Yep.
then Asteroid City,
Yep.
and then whatever that third one was I said.
Yep.
Maybe Indiana Jones. Oh, wait, that was yours.
No, I'll skip
then
Indiana
November 10th. Then November 10th is The Marvels,
I
which is
refuse to give in to this bit that you think that I like Indiana Jones. I like that. Like the bit now is that I refuse.
Well, you
to
don't
give in.
like.
I don't.
But you
like
don't
it.
like Indiana Jones.
No, I
you
don't.
love Indiana Jones.
No!
So November 10th is The Marvels, which is the Captain Marvel sequel. Look, it's Marvel. I'm sure people will see it. Not for me.
Whatever.
Then November 17th. There's not a lot towards the end of the year because, November 17th is the Hunger Games prequel.
I'm into that.
I'm into it.
Yep.
The same weekend as that, though, and this movie I'm more into is Taika Waititi's movie Next Goal Wins with Michael Fassbender.
Yep. I'm into that.
And Will Arnett. I think that, like, about soccer, football, I think that looks really good.
I'm into that.
We get into November 22nd. There's a Napoleon Bonaparte movie starring Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon Bonaparte.
Really?
Directed by Ridley Scott. That's the alien guy I was trying to think of earlier.
Wait.
It's a Ridley Scott movie.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
He's the one that did the Alien prequels. Yeah, starring... How do you say his name? Is it Joaquin or Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin.
Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. Wildberry Pop-Tart.
Wildberry Pop-Tart. All right.
Yeah, I don't think I'll see this. I don't really care about Napoleon Bonaparte.
I'm intrigued.
Maybe. I'd have to see a trailer for it.
I haven't seen a good like historical movie in a long time. So maybe I will watch that.
If there's a good trailer for it, I'll see it. But if there's not, I probably won't.
Did you ever watch Black Sails?
I watched the first 3 episodes, and then they took it off the streaming service. I was watching it and never got to watch anymore.
It's one of the best shows I've ever seen, and it's not like
I want to.
historical really, but it's like historical fiction, and I love that show.
It looks good.
So
It looks
I could be interested in Napoleon Bonaparte. We'll see.
You should watch Our Flag Means Death.
I love
Taika
Our Flag Means
Waititi's.
Death.
Okay. I figured. How did I just know you had seen that? This is why we do this together. So we're going to skip all the way to December 15th.
Okay.
Wonka, starring Timothy Chalamet.
Skip.
The prequel about Willy Wonka. Yeah.
Skip.
Well, hang on.
Skipping.
Yes. Wait, who's
Skipping.
directing? No, I'm not skipping. And you want to know why?
Why?
I'm going to tell you right now. The director
Is
the director of Paddington and Paddington 2. And this movie also has Keegan-Michael Key, Rowan Atkinson, and Hugh Grant in it. So I might go see this. Actually, I will go see this. I like Timothy Chalamet, and Paddington 2 is a great movie. So, December 20th. Oh my, wait, what? This can't be real.
what?
I'm so upset.
What?
Okay, before I get to the one that I'm upset about, the first movie that comes out on December 20th is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Look, I like
Skip.
Jason Momoa, but pass. Yeah. The second one that comes out is a Ghostbusters sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife. But here's the thing. Do you want to know how many of the original cast are coming back? Spoiler alert, it's one. Just Ernie Hudson.
Did anybody watch
I did. I liked
Afterlife?
Afterlife.
Was it good?
I thought it was okay. So I'm not a big Ghostbusters fan, but I thought that the way they did it was good. I thought it addressed the guy that died in the originals that wasn't able, like, obviously passed away before they made the
Venkman?
movie. Venkman. I thought it did a really good job of bringing back the original cast in a way that made sense. I thought the way they tied it back made sense. To make another one does not make sense. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah,
Skip.
whatever.
And I think
What's coming out on
that
Christmas?
pretty much The Color Purple.
Oh, that's a good story, but don't need to watch it in theaters.
It's a musical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good story.
honestly, that's it, because everything else is into next year, and there's a Lord of the Rings movie coming next year.
Wait. What? Did
Yeah.
you say?
There's a Lord of the Rings movie coming.
There's a Lord
year.
of the Rings movie next year.
Yeah, it's 183 years before the original.
Oh, so it's okay. All right. So
It's an animated
yeah,
movie.
so, wait, what?
The Lord of the Rings, the War of Rohirrim? Rohirrim? Rohirrim. Rohirrim?
Rohirrim.
Rohirrim. That's what I said,
This
Kevin.
is why we need to do a Lord of the Rings episode, Odie. Because
It's the untold story behind Helm's Deep hundreds of years before the fateful war.
Yep.
Helm Hammerhand, the King of Rohan.
Yep.
I'll watch this.
It's animated.
Animated. 2D, yeah.
Okay. What?
I'll watch it.
What's the date on it?
April of next year.
Yeah, I'm kind of into that. I don't know.
Let's see. Okay, so if I scroll all the way to the bottom of what's coming out, so I can go all the way to the end of next year. Do you know what's scheduled for the end of next year.
What?
Do you like the movie Tron?
Which one?
Any of them, the first or the second.
Legacy was good.
While you'll be happy to hear there's a Tron 3 called Tron Ares, starring your favorite actor, Jared Leto.
Kurt. I was gonna say Kurt Russell.
No, not tied into the original at all. It's a remake.
Oh.
And that's everything that's coming out this year and into
skip
next.
on that. Honestly, dude, it seems like there's some good stuff that I'm gonna see at like the drive-ins this summer.
Yeah.
Which I think is really like the best bet for watching movies in the summer. Like, just go see it on a big screen, comfort of your car, tune into the radio station that the drive-ins are broadcasting on. Like, just hang out, eat your own snacks. It's not as expensive as the movies. You get to bring like a cooler of whatever you want and hang. You know, I like that. So I'll probably see a lot of the movies that come out this summer. But really, I'm kind of only like super excited about like theatrical experiences. I'm really only
3.
super excited about Dune
Yes.
and Across the Spider-Verse, I think. That's about it. Oh, and you know what? I'm excited to see the Mission Impossible movie in theaters.
Yeah, that's a good one in theaters,
because
I think.
because that's one that I'm not really going to watch that much at home.
The Meg 2, that's going to be a good one in theaters.
I'll skip.
No, I can't wait. You're going to watch it with me. I'm going to fly out there and we're going to watch it together.
Don't make me watch the Meg.
I'm going to drag you.
I don't need to watch your
I'm
dad
going to drag
movies.
you.
Well, okay.
Can I tell you about my dad movies that I watched?
Yeah, let's get into what you've been watching because dad movies is an intriguing thing. What you've been watching,
so, listen.
what you've been listening to. You know what I got to do? I got to come up with like a bit for that. I got to come up with like an intro for.
Yeah, we need a name for it too because we're very close to calling it the same thing as other podcasts.
What can we call it? Let's
Consumption Corner.
No. Consumer update. Consumer update.
I like that. Make it like a little news jingle.
Odie, what is your consumer update?
Okay, so my schedule this week for my freelance work, because that's my job, is freelance work.
Yep.
Was really weird, and my sleep schedule got really jacked up Sunday night because I stayed up until like 3 a.m. So my whole week has been waking up around like 9 or 10 and then working until like 1 a.m.
Okay.
Not my favorite thing in the world to do. But because of that, my break kind of fell around like 8 o'clock at night. Yep. So as Goose was playing Tears of the Kingdom, I would take a break, smoke a joint, and watch what I was calling a dad movie. And I watched one every day this week, and I cannot wait to tell you what they are because they get progressively worse as I go on. So the first movie I watched is a movie that I stand by as being fairly solid, and I like it. Wrath of Man with Jason Statham, Guy Ritchie. Very solid. Overall, not bad. Oh, by the way, a lot of these are heist movies.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. Well, a couple of them are. Anyway, so I watched that. And then I watched Operation Fortune, which is Guy Ritchie's new movie with Josh Hartnett, Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, the guy from Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Carrie, how do you say his last name? Yles? You know who I'm talking about, Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you're looking at me like you don't know who I'm talking about.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so Operation Fortune, by the way, it's a comedy spy movie. Very fun. Very reminiscent of the movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy. Very well done.
Okay.
The only reason this movie didn't get a theatrical release last year and ended up going straight to DVD this year is because the main villain when it was filmed is Ukrainian.
Oh.
So Guy Ritchie decided not to he kind of pulled it a little bit, which is upsetting because it's actually a really good movie and I didn't even know that the villain was Ukrainian.
Yeah. I'm going to have to watch that.
You should. It's out to rent for like $3. It's worth it. Sweet. It's very good.
And Guy Ritchie was just like, bad timing. We'll release it later. Straight to video.
And then just ended up was like, dump it on video. It's fine. It was kind of like a passion project of his. So.
Oh, good.
But
I'm into it.
Then I watched the movie Ambulance from Michael Bay, starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep.
It's all right. It's a dad movie. It's about a heist that goes wrong and they steal an ambulance. It's
dad movies
fine.
are such heist movies. Why?
Then the next
why are dad movies so often heist? They're either heist movies or I've got to defend my family at all costs movies.
So the next movie
was
Another heist movie, Den of Thieves, with Gerard Butler and Pablo Schreiber, who plays Master Chief in the Paramount Plus series.
Oh, how was that?
It's also got solid. It's also got O'Shea William Jackson, who's Ice Cube's son, and 50 Cent.
Den of Thieves
Overall,
sounds good.
It was not. It was pretty good. Like I was at like the twist at the end. It was all right. It's pretty solid. Then I watched The Accountant with Ben Affleck.
Yep.
And Josh Bernthal. Oh my God.
Bernthal.
Anyways, Bernthal. Thank you. That's a good movie. I stand by The Accountant being a good movie. I like it. It's solid.
Okay.
Then the last movie I watched was The Meg. 10 out of 10.
Nope.
10 out of 10. So bad it's good. There's a scene in that movie that makes no well. There's a scene in this movie about a prehistoric shark that makes no sense to me.
I don't like So Bad It's Good.
This isn't so bad it's good. This is so funny it's enjoyable.
Okay.
It's so funny bad it's enjoyable. Because so
Like
the
Deep
whole
Blue?
movie kicks off.
Like Deep Blue Sea?
Yes,
Okay.
like Deep Blue. So there's a scene, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen the 2018 Jason Statham fights the Meg movie.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason that the Meg comes out is the Marinara Trench down in the Deep Blue Sea.
Trench. It's in the Marinara Trench. We got the Meg. The Meg is coming out of the Marinara Trench.
They go down with the meatballs.
Oh no, we're so
Jesus
close to
Christ.
Italy.
Oh God, what is happening?
We gotta fight the Meg. Jason, where's the Jason Statham? Get Jason Statham. We gotta fight the Meg.
Jesus Christ. What is it called? The Mariana Trench.
Marianas Trench.
That one. Yeah, so the Marinara Trench, there's this underwater, like, research facility that Dwight from The Office, he's in it. He's like a billionaire, and he's funding this facility to do, like, underwater research. And the whole point is that at the bottom of the trench, we thought it was the deepest part, but what if what we thought was the ground was actually just a layer of gas, and there's actually, like, a whole ecosystem underneath this layer of gas. So they go down in this really big submarine, and there's a Meg. The Meg attacks the submarine, so then they have to hire Jason Statham to do an underwater rescue. But here's the part of the movie that didn't, like, the rest of it I'm willing to forgive, but this part just made no sense.
Okay.
They go down to the deepest part of the ocean in a custom-built submarine.
Yep.
And then one of the characters back at the station is like, oh my God, this is taking too long. Jason Statham, we can't trust him, because there's a whole backstory I'm not going to get into about his character. It doesn't matter. And she's like, I'm going to jump in a glider and go down and tow the submarine out. Later on in the movie, they mention that the gliders, which is basically just like you sit in this like glass ball, and then there's like a ship around you. It's very tiny.
Yeah, that's just bad writing.
Can withstand the same depth pressure as the custom-built submarine that they built specifically to go down there. If that's the case, why didn't you just go down there in the glider, fly around a little bit, and come back up? Why did you go down in a giant submarine that has no windows when you could go down in a giant glass ball where you could see 360, Kevin?
That doesn't make sense, baby.
So yeah, 10 out of 10. Love that movie.
You're not convincing me to even ever see it.
This is how they kill the shark. Spoilers.
The Meg.
Jason Statham's in a glider. Yeah, the Meg. He's in a glider. And they shoot rockets at it. It doesn't work. And so his ship is damaged, and there's a piece of metal sticking out.
Wait,
And
how do rockets not work?
Science, obviously.
But why? Like, why?
Because the Meg is armor-proof, bulletproof.
It's made of flesh.
Rocket-proof.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, but really strong flesh.
Oh,
Kevin.
okay. All right.
But his big action scene, movie, heroic moment is he's on the comms, and the team is like, we've tried everything, Jonas. That's his character's name. We've tried everything.
We tried everything. We tried to kill the Meg. Nothing is working.
The Marinara.
He's going to come out and make all our breadsticks all soggy.
So, anyways, his big action scene moment is he's like, you're right. It's not about the people that's left behind. It's about the people we save. I'm going to make this shark bleed. Signing off. And then he just like takes his earpiece out and he flies at the shark. The shark is flying at him, or swimming. They're not flying. That'd be weird. They're swimming. And at the last moment...
What is swimming? If not flying in water.
If not flying on... So
Oh my god.
he dives down at the last minute and flips his craft around to where the big metal piece that was sticking out of his little craft goes right into the belly of the shark, and he just cuts it open.
But missiles didn't blow it up.
And then a bunch of little sharks come and eat it
Oh my fucking
because it's
God.
bleeding. And I can't wait to see what they do with the Meg 2, because that was top tier writing in my opinion. Like, you can't really beat that.
Oh,
This
look
is
at the
5
Meg.
years
It's all
ago.
bleeding out. It's like a marinara. That's right. It's in a marinara trench. This is
Yeah,
no,
so-
I can't.
Yeah, can't wait. Love it.
I
Big fan.
can't. Wait, what is the Meg 2 called?
The trench. The Marinara Trench.
But isn't the first one in the Marianas Trench?
Well, they escape from the trench, and then it takes place off the coast of a country that I forgot about.
I effing quit.
Why?
Cause no, the Meg is the dumbest series I've ever heard of. I can't handle it. It's like
You
no,
think they're gonna make a third?
I can't.
I hope so.
I hope not.
I hope they make a third.
I hope not.
What have you been? What's your
I
consumer
hope they do a
update?
crossover with Indiana Jones.
And Transformers.
Yeah, all right. Oh my god, hold on. I need a
The Meg
minute.
is actually a transformer.
I need
Transformers the Beast. It's actually the Meg is an underwater transformer.
I need a
And
second.
it was
to-
oil that it was bleeding.
I need a second to collect myself. That's
Okay.
horrible.
It's great.
The man that changed.
Mm-hmm.
He's a man that's gonna.
That's
It's
very
so
good.
close to Italy.
Love it.
We got it to make Jason.
So
Statham.
what's your consumer update
Hold on, I'm
this
just
week?
processing all of this.
Hopefully not as many dad movies as I watched.
Fuck no, I would never do that. Here's something.
Thanks.
Let me give you. I wouldn't. I'm just being honest with you. Like I wouldn't watch that
okay.
many movies with Jason Statham. Even.
I love Jason Statham.
The
man. I'm about
most
to watch
I've
the
ever
Transporter
done
series.
is 3. And here's what we did. I was
Okay,
living
Evil Dead.
out in California on
Oh.
on a cannabis farm. And
Oh.
all we had were DVDs. That's all we had. We didn't have internet connection. We didn't have anything, right? So I'm living out in California. I'm on a cannabis farm. All we got is like stuff that we can rent from the local Walmart. And by local, I mean 40 minutes away in the nearest town. Thanks. So we drive to town once a week, maybe once every other week to get groceries. And then we'll go to Walmart and like buy a movie or a TV show or something, right? Like we
Yeah.
would buy something that we could watch for like the next
Yeah.
2 weeks. Eventually, we had amassed enough films that we could watch things in different orders. And, like, you know, people would come out and bring us DVDs and stuff like that. So, like, I realized that we had, I think it was there were 3 Jason Statham movies that we had.
All good, I bet.
One was the first in a series. The other one was Crank 2.
Oh God, never mind. I take back my previous
And
statement.
then we had the Transporter 3. And so
a second movie, a third movie,
So-
and then the first movie.
so
Of a
living
different franchise?
so living on a cannabis farm and being influenced by maybe where I was living, right?
Yeah, I bet. I said it.
I was looking at these DVDs and I was like, hey, I've got a funny idea. Let's watch this Jason Statham movie. Probably Wrath of Man, right? Like whatever it was. I'm like, let's watch this Jason Statham movie and then watch Crank 2 and pretend it's the sequel. And then
That's a
watch
great
Transporter
idea.
3 and pretend it's the sequel. And
That's
we'll just
amazing.
act like they're the sequels and we'll watch all 3 in a row. And it was honestly one of the funniest experiences I've ever had in my life.
I'm doing that. I'm
It's
doing that. I'm
really
watching
fun.
a Jason Statham movie, and then Crank 2, and then Transporter 3. I'm doing that this
I-
week. I got to find another movie.
I
I'm
highly
doing that.
recommend doing it with like doing it with action movies is the best because you can find
Oh, yeah, you
actors who
have to.
play the same character in different franchises, right? So like doing it with like The Rock or doing that with like
Yeah.
you know, like you could do The Rock, like you could do like
The Rundown.
I was gonna say like you could do Scorpion King, The Rundown, Rampage, right? Like you could do like
Oh my God.
there's
Dude,
so many
Scorpion
things.
King, Rampage, Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, exactly. Like whatever it is. Yeah. So like, but doing it in that order and then treating it like it's the same
The
character
sequel. That's
is
amazing.
really
That's awesome.
really funny. Especially in Jason
love that.
Statham films, because it's not like people are saying his character's name a lot.
Not really. And you could just ignore it.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, whatever. But like, it was just really, really funny to do that with that, and then like do it like with Liam Neeson, you know, or like, so we kind of made it like a habit. If there was like a movie that we had that had the same actor, we might treat them like they were sequels sometimes. But that was probably the best example I had of just having a good time with movies that were like, they're fine. That was also where I watched Black Sails for the first time. And we had the DVDs, and that's like what got me into the show. Was we just?
I want to actually. That's what I was gonna look up. Is where I can watch that.
You should watch it.
I started it. I started it
usually
before.
on sale, and I will say it's probably my second favorite show of all time.
Yeah, you can only buy it.
Just buy it.
Oh no, wait, Stars.
Yeah, it's on Stars.
Anyways, we need to kind of wrap
it.
this up because I do have my lake day plan.
Yeah, we've been
today.
Your leg day. You doing leg day?
My lake? No, I'm doing lake day. I'm going kayaking.
That's cool. I'm gonna go for a run and then go swimming myself, but in a pool. I'm going to a pool.
Anyway, so what did you what was your consumer this week?
Okay, so my consumer update is I have been watching. What have I been watching this week? Not much. I'm just, dude, Succession. I'm still catching up on Succession. And then I had Chloe and Mason watch Evil Dead last night.
Yeah, which is,
and
again,
that was like,
not funny that they got scared, but it's
that
funny.
Was on a whim.
It's just funny.
Well, it's because we were talking horror movies. I want to watch Evil Dead Rise. I was like, I need a refresher because the first time I watched Evil Dead, I was watching it with like my girlfriend at the time, and we didn't really watch the whole movie, right? So then I'm like, all right, well, I really need a refresher on this. I'm gonna jump into it, and Chloe and Mason were there, and like honestly, it seemed like they were really into the movie, and we were kind of having our normal horror movie experience. Like you make fun of some parts of it, you enjoy other parts. You're like, whoa, that's messed up in some parts, but then like. When it got to the part, and I'll do spoilers here. Spoilers.
Looks like there's some spoilers up ahead.
Yeah.
When it got to the part where the girlfriend cuts off her arm with the meat slicer, like they were just like, they were losing it at that point.
The cheese grater got me.
The cheese grater's pretty bad.
That got me.
That's in Evil Dead Rise, isn't it?
No, that's in the new one. They put the cheese grater on the leg and they...
Wait,
which one did you watch?
I watched Evil Dead, not Evil Dead Rise.
I thought you were talking about the new one that just came out. And I was
no,
like,
I'm talking about how I had to watch that to watch the new one, Odie. The one you watched is Evil Dead Rise. The one I watched is Evil Dead.
Dumb. The new one or the remake?
The new one.
I mean, the old one or the remake? The remake of Evil Dead?
Yes. The new Evil Dead, but not Evil Dead Rise.
Not Bruce Campbell original Evil Dead remake.
I've seen
Evil Dead,
the Bruce
like
Campbell
2012.
One. Yes,
that's the one you watched with Mason.
Yes,
okay.
Which is the precursor to Evil Dead Rise. So we're watching that.
So let me just get this straight.
Yes, Odie, it's the new Evil Dead, but not the new.
I know, I'm
new
kidding.
Evil
I'm
Dead.
good.
All right,
got it.
So we're watching that.
So not the show.
No,
Evil Dead.
And not Ash versus Evil Dead, which I do love. But okay,
that's a good show.
Yeah,
anyway.
So we're watching that, and shortly after that part, I think Chloe was just like, I think she was just grossed out. She's just like, I'm done. And when she came back with like the nail gun, like Chloe was like, I'm out. She's like, you guys can finish this. I'm done. I can't do it. And then she actually like came back down and caught another scene before the end. But then Mason was like, I got to stick it out. We've come this far, you know? And it's the first, and then the end of the movie, like I forgot the last like 5 minutes of horror are the abomination crawls out of the ground, and she's got to like fend for herself, Mia, the main character, and it's raining blood the entire time. I totally forgot about that and was like, whoa. This is actually awesome and brutal and everything that I used to love about horror movies. Like when that first drop of blood comes down and then it's just pouring blood, I was like, all right, this is perfect. Like, and then
Yeah.
she's fighting it off. It's like cutting her knee and her arm with the machete, and she's got the chainsaw, and she's already like, she has to rip her hand off. Like, everything that was happening in that part, I'm like, this is why I watch horror movies. Like, it was such a good quintessential horror movie. And they did such a good fake out. Like, they made you think that the guy was going to live, but then he ends up getting killed, but she got revived by him. So because she's back, she's got to fight it. Yeah. I was just like, okay, this was a good experience. And then Mason at the end was like, can we watch like South Park or something? I need a palate cleanser. So,
Yeah,
which
can
is good.
understand that.
I get it. I'm definitely looking forward to watching Evil Dead Rise, which I will watch this week, probably by myself.
I haven't seen it yet. I've just heard a lot about it and know like kind of what happens and how gruesome it is, and that's why.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
just
watching it
heard
yet.
about it?
Yeah, dude. We said this in the horror one. If it's like overly gruesome and like kind of like torturous, I don't want to watch it. And when I saw the trailer for Evil Dead Rise, I was like, that looks good, but
Yeah.
it looks like it's gonna make me way too squeamish. And after hearing about some of the stuff in that movie, I don't think I'm gonna subject myself to that.
I'm definitely into it. I will be watching it because it's demonic possession. So it's not like real torture porn. Like, it's not like, oh, it's a real person and they're like murdering people. Like,
Oh
okay,
no, it's just the way that they do stuff.
like, I'm not
Yeah.
into like serial killer documentaries, right? I'm not into that. I'm into watching movies that are good, that are like outside of the realm of belief. Like, I like that. So I'm definitely going to be watching that. And then I would say for music this week, I've been listening to a lot of stuff, but like mainly it was Pedro Sampaio. I've been really digging on the album Almighty Men by the Dali Thundering Concept. It's a concept album about machines revolting against mankind, like sentient machines.
Oh.
It's really good. I highly recommend it, especially if you like metal at all. Yeah, and that's about it. Well, and then also, Andrew Michael Wells, who is the lead singer of Idola and a member of Dance Gavin Dance. I get some perks here and there of being like good friends with him, and he'll send me songs that haven't been released by Idola yet, and he sent me a really good one probably like a month back or so, and it's probably not going to come out for like another year, but it's I can say it, like, the title is No Weapon Formed, and it's so effing good. Like, it's so heavy.
Oh.
And it's like such a really I'll show you. Odie.
Yeah, I didn't really listen to a lot of music this week. You made me realize that.
I listened to
really
a lot
didn't.
of music this week.
I have lo-fi on. I have a lot of I have a Star Wars lo-fi that I found
Yep.
that I play pretty much. It's pretty much on repeat whenever I'm working in
Yeah.
the background. It's hard to listen to music when I'm editing people talking, because then the conflicting voices mess me up when I'm editing.
Oh,
so I need,
yeah.
like, just
No,
nice
I get that.
background noise. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Anyways.
I turn on lo-fi when I'm actually at work in the office sometimes.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, it's just easier. But that's about
Well,
it, man. That's all I got.
I like
Next
it.
week, come
Lord of the Rings.
prepared to talk about
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. We're gonna get into it.
I'm gonna watch Return of the King this year. I'm gonna watch Return of the King this week.
We're gonna do the top-down overview though, right? Because
I like it.
like so many other things, I've done like a really nerdy delve into Lord of the Rings, but also I prefer to kind of leave parts of it untouched. Like, I don't want to apply too much bias to it. I think that's how you ruin things. And I think that J.R.R. Tolkien's son, I think it's Christopher Tolkien, he kind of came in and he started like going, well, my dad said blank, 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 and like establishing all these rules
Say
for
that
the
about
universe.
anything.
And then, so then you have these like devout fans, and we'll get into it next week. But I think
Yeah, I like it.
I'm really, really, really excited because there's a new Magic the Gathering set coming out that's a bunch of cards from Lord of the Rings. It's like
wait.
it's in that universe, so like I figured we should talk about it.
I like it.
All right,
Well, that's it.
that's it.
Bye, everybody.
Wild Bear Pop Tart.